Still with us, trial attorney Michael Jaafar. Michael, I got to ask you, we're looking at these questions, trying to figure out if we can discern anything as to how this jury might be thinking. I think we got one there with that last question. The question was, is there a sensitivity, or do hospital personnel have a sensitivity to direct, opinionated parents? And the reason why I say that's important is because it may be the way that juror sees Beata, which is positive. In the long run, she's a direct, opinionated parent, not one that's over the top. Now, this witness was sure to say there that this was much different than that, but what do you think about my assessment of that particular question and maybe showing the point of view of one of the jurors?
I didn't think about it until you parsed through the words direct opinion, because that was a question by a jury. So I do agree with you that the juror who asked that question had a sensitivity toward, well, I don't want to misspeak, believed that Beata was just an opinionated parent. And how do you deal with opinionated parents? Because you're dealing with minors, and obviously minors have a parent. And so how well do you deal with it? So I do agree with you. I think the response by this nurse, it helps the defense tremendously, because what she told them was, this was different. This was toxic. This was, you know, we deal with them all. We deal with opinionated parents all the time. It's a good thing for us. Whether or not she believes it is a different story. But she said it, and she seemed sincere. But this was different. The cussing, the swearing, and the juror who asked that, if they had a kid and they were in a pediatric, wing of a hospital, I'm sure they've seen other parents who were acting very outrageous, and they wish that they were not taking the attention away from the care of their own child. Again, I'm guessing here. We don't know who's on the jury, if any of them have kids, or if any of them have been to a pediatric hospital. But that's why this whole thing is up in the air. It really just comes down to the jurors and their own bias. I clearly have my own bias, right? And if I was on the jury, I would bring that bias in when I'm analyzing this case, and so are the jurors.
Yeah, and it could be biased. On one hand, it's life experience on the other that informs that, so that's perfectly reasonable for jurors. But I look at it like this: he very easily, or she very easily, could have asked the question,